right. Hi there, Loy Machedo. Speaking to you from loymachedo.com. Who is Loy Machedo? Think personal branding. Okay. Lately, if you have been reading the news, you'd see the common report that UAE is experiencing one of the biggest property boom, and they are selling millions and billions, and the prices have increased, and business is improving, and they account this for the leadership of UAE, our policies. We conquered COVID. Okay, now generally speaking, what happens is the UAE media, they will give you the positive news, of course, which any country, they would give you the positive news, but they don't tell you the full story. Okay. So is the news correct that the property boom is happening? 100%. Is the property prices, are they rising? 100%. But then it doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense. Why is it only happening in the UAE? Why is it not happening anywhere else in the world? So understand this much, that UAE has undergone lots of changes ever since COVID took place. And one of the main policies which they implemented unofficially is no more negative news will be published in the papers. Okay. It's an unspoken rule. And tons of journalists were removed from their jobs. They were replaced with someone else. And now, even if any of the journalists or any of the reporters give negative news, even after spending months and months, weeks and weeks, even years of digging out a worthwhile breaking story, that would be rejected. The simple reason being is, one is the rule. The second one is the newspaper, the media house, needs revenue in order to run. So if you don't make revenue, how will you survive? Which is why all the media houses now, if you see Gulf News, Khaleej Times, all these papers, now they start churning out sponsored content, which was not there before. Okay. So this is something you need to understand while reading the papers, Gulf News, Khaleej Times, the national newspaper, that only positive news will be shared. Okay. So that having been said, and remember this, if anyone shares negative news, then they will be blocked, or they will not be allowed, or they will not be entertained to get, the media pass. Okay. Now, having got that out of the way, let's understand this. Now, the question begets, what is the real news in UAE? Okay. What is exactly happening? In order to get that, you will have to research with other news outlets. Now, the problem with that is, a news outlet or a media channel that does not like UAE will only give you the negative aspect about UAE. So now, how do you reach out a balance? What I've suggested to people is read the positive, read the negative, and then try to come to a conclusion in between. Okay, in between is where the truth lies, because the positive is not all that wrong. The negative is also not all that wrong. Like I was talking to you about the property boom. Now, they have stated that UAE's leadership, hey, the property boom, it's happening, it's a big thing, and wow. Okay. Now, the question that is not being answered by the media is, why is it that Dubai suddenly exploded? Why? From where is this money coming in? Okay. Let's say, for example, now cryptocurrency. The cryptocurrency is, wow, it's booming and people are investing. Who is actually investing? Who are those people? Why is it that they're not investing elsewhere? Why only in the UAE? The answer is very, very simple. Dubai, what UAE is doing is a very smart strategy. They are saying, you bring in the money, whatever money, from wherever you bring it, whether it's crypto, whether it's through banks, however you bring it, okay? As long as you use it legally in UAE, fine, bring it. But the minute you try to do something hanky-panky, funny, we do not want to be on the gray list of any money laundering body. So then we'll have to throw your ass out. So, don't make life miserable for us. Don't make us make your life miserable. Bring it through legal channels. Okay, bring it through legal channels. How you do it, it's up to you. So now, cryptocurrency. Tell me, Why is it so many other countries they're saying, okay, we are going to tax people with crypto? Oh, it has to be regulated. Why do you think Binance, which in some other countries has issues, but in Dubai, oh, we are going to open the biggest, largest hub and we are going to make this our regional headquarters? Why? I'm not saying Binance is bad, but understand this much. If all the cryptocurrency outlets, if all these people are not choosing any other country but only Dubai, there is a reason for it. Okay. Obviously, the media houses cannot report because the media houses, who has to report? Human beings. But if the guy knows, man, if I report this, one is they're not going to accept it. The manager will say, no, I'm sorry, I can't publish this. You want it to cost your job? And the guy doesn't want to lose his job because at the end of the day, he's working to feed his family, right? So they will only put positive, happy news. Okay, so understand this one. So whether it's a property boom and how is it coming, whether it's cryptocurrency and why it is expanding like crazy, whether the economy is improving like, wow, mind blasting. Okay, we have bounced back because of the leadership and this and that. Yes, leadership is involved. I'm not saying leadership is not involved. Without the leaders of the country approving these rules, nothing would have happened. So leadership is involved. But then let's understand the full story. Okay. It's like, for example, a bodybuilder says all of a sudden, oh, he has become so big, he's so massive, he's super strong. And then he says, I became strong by drinking milk and eating chicken and praying to God. That's how I got these muscles. It's like Hulk Hogan, how in WWE wrestling, World Wrestling Federation, Hulk Hogan is, always do like this, like the sign of the cross, eat your white ones and say your prayers, brother. And then later on we found out, yes, he does take steroids. Okay. So in the same way, UAE, its growth is not all that, praying to Allah and that is how rain came. No, it's cloud seeding. Okay. That's how it happens. Oh, the property boom. Oh, the leadership has attracted so many investors. Who are those investors? What kind of money is coming in? Understand this much. Who are the buyers? You need to find that out. I'll be putting up another video where I'll be sharing all this. And cryptocurrency. Why is cryptocurrency booming so much? Why is it in other countries they don't want, but in Dubai they definitely want? See, two sides to every coin. So don't get carried away by only the happy, positive news. Remember, there are two sides to every story. And understand this much, that the media, the journalists, the reporters, their hands are tied. People cannot report the truth, the whole truth. They'll give you partial. And also, there is a new rule that has come out that anyone who posts anything on social media that is from a website that speaks, who's come? Extremely negative. Oh, my dog is barking. Extremely negative about UAE. It will either be banned or the person will be brought to task, or that website in terms of search nowadays, even Google, Facebook, Twitter, all these media companies that are there, they know if they have to operate in a country, they have to listen to the rules. And Mark Zuckerberg is already facing enough and more problems with Facebook losing its value, him losing among the top 10. So obviously he'll also bend over and say, whatever rules you want, whatever you say should be approved in the search engine, in the search algorithm, I'll do that. Just let me operate in the country. So bottom line is, understand this much. Now we are moving towards a new phase where every country will have its own set of rules of what can be shown in the media. What will happen to journalism? What will happen to reporters? What will happen to media houses? End of the day, you need money to survive. But I can assure you this much: this will give rise to news channels that operate independently, that will operate. They'll say that support us through your contributions, and we'll tell you the truth, like how Vice News has started. And eventually, I think this will give birth to rebel media outlets that have to let out the truth. Like, for example, RT News is banned in countries in the West. Why? Because they're saying it's a Russian propaganda machine. But then again, that means only Russia is bad, Ukraine is good. So remember, two sides to every story. So even what they're telling you in UAE, Okay, take it with a grain of salt and do your due diligence to know the full story. As information comes in, I'll share it with you. Let me know your thoughts, good, bad, ugly. Remember, this is happening in all countries, not just UAE, India, Pakistan, USA, name the country. All the countries it's happening. It's all about what narrative, who's speaking, what are they saying, and why are they saying it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Good, bad, ugly. Love to hear from you. It's me signing off.